Dear Brie Larson, and all feminists like her, here's where I drop some science on you. Hello guys, welcome, or if you've already seen my channel before, welcome back. I'm the Philadelphia Whovian, and this is going to be a video where I address Brie Larson and kind of the controversy surrounding the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the new movie being recently released of Captain Marvel. And I admit, if you see my name and what I mentioned, I'm the Philadelphia Whovian. I am stepping away from my normal stuff I talk about just to address this subject. I highly doubt that it's going to appeal to you as many as other videos, because I'm going to be doing this from a different angle than the way other videos are tackling this controversy or what Brie Larson has done when it comes to the Captain Marvel, press releases, etc. and so forth. At this point, if you're clicking on this video, you know about all she said, you know about all the controversy surrounding it, so I'm not going to repeat anything she has said because you kind of know what it is already. I'm going to give a response to that. And Brie, I'm going to tell you right here, and all feminists or social justice workers who have this Brie Larson mentality, I am not attacking you here. I'm going to be giving you advice as logically and as objectively and as calmly as I can. This is not going to be hating you in any way, shape, or form. I understand your sentiments. I understand where you are coming from, even though I don't agree with it. I do understand where you are coming from, and therefore I do respect it, even if I do not agree with it. I'm just going to give you a different train of thought, so you understand probably better what you are conveying versus what you are trying to convey. So first, with the idea of Brie Larson and Captain Marvel, there is this concept, and I'm very clear, when idea of white men not always being ridiculed or put down, saying, well, I do not want white men telling me this, or I do not want that many white men in my press, in my press tour, etc. and so forth. Alright, this is something that has to be eliminated completely with speech like this. Saying that you do not want white men and you this, or this, or white, you don't need to know what white men think about this. That is in its own way sexist and racist. This is coming from a black woman who has experienced racism at the hands of white people before. Attacking white people in the same way that we black people are attacked is not the way. It's not. Unless it comes to violence, where I'm a person who I admit I am all about defending yourself if you are being violently attacked, belligerently attacked. When it comes to verbal confrontation, criticizing a race of people is always unacceptable. Criticizing a gender of people in a general way, generalizing all of them, grouping them all together, and saying you do not accept them or want them in any way, shape, or form is toxic in its own way. Even if you say I do not hate white guys, it does not matter. Your attitude towards them, where you dismiss them, or you say I do not want them or as many of them on this or a part of this on my press tour in this scenario, or you do not care what they think about when it comes to this film or this film or this film, is inappropriate, and here is why. Take the words white men out of that situation and put the words black woman or black guy. I do not want black people to, be a part of this, my press tour, because of this reason. I do not want women to, I don't need to hear or care about what women think about this movie. Look at it that way. Try to think about it that way. If you are rejecting any race of people, put other people, when you are rejecting them, put them in that situation, and you'll realize that in your desire to eliminate racism or sexism, you have committed a racist or sexist act itself. Also, this is something that needs to be understood. When they said, and there was rumors going around with Captain Marvel, well, this movie is not for men, etc. and so forth, a lot of God's savage stuff was going around the internet in both directions when it comes to that. What must be understood and respected, and also has to be comprehended really well, saying something is not for men. Where do men come from? When you women attack men saying, we do not care for men to be a part of this, we do not need men a part of this, or men have been doing this for too long, now we're coming in, think about this. Where do men come from? Who? Yes, they come from a man, but they also come from a woman who gave birth to him, who will do anything to protect him with her dying breath. If he gets criticism or he gets attacked, she will defend him till the day she dies. Every man comes from a woman who will do her best to protect him from any sort of harm, be it verbal or physical harm. She is there to protect him and defend him like she should. But also, what do men also come from? Men are also used, sometimes they are brothers to a sister, and some sisters can love their brother and be very protective of their brother and accepting of him the way siblings should be. Now, let's look at another way that men are. Men are not just sons and brothers. What are men also? Men are also fathers. So if you are saying, I don't need to hear about what a white guy thinks about this, what we women are hearing is, even though it's a white guy, imagine you are a white woman. You are hearing another white woman say that she does not care about what your father, brother, or son thinks. Here's the thing about us women. We are protective of men. We can be overprotective of men because we should be. The way men should be protective and overprotective of us. Both genders should be protective of each other and not just of ourselves. This is the right way to be. Men, fathers are supposed to be protective of their daughters and their sons, of course, too. But mothers are trained, are biologically, they are just chemically, just programmed to be fiercely protective of their sons. These relationships, when you look at men, you have to look at men as not just a man. Remember, that man is somebody's son or father or brother or a woman's best friend. We are in a world where so many women, their best friends are men. You just said to that girl, remember, your father, your brother, your best friend, or your son, I don't care about what he thinks, or I do not want as many of him on my press tour. You just triggered an overprotective, something in our women and our brain will click. And you just triggered our protective nature. The protective nature over men that we women should have. It's instilled in us. It's programmed in us. And that's what social justice workers need to understand. When men are being removed from something, we women feel the loss. Because we connect to him as a woman watching a man. Or respecting a man, because we look at men as more than just objects. We look at them as people who have different relationships and connections to us. Men are an extension of women, as women are an extension of men. We are. We're not the same creatures, but we are extensions of each other. So to, in any way, shape, or form, say you do not want a white guy apart, or to speak his mind about this, our brains will think, well, that means that could be eventually translate to men in my life who I care about. Something protective will click, and we will not be as crazy about you as you expect, or think you are supporting us as you expect. We will see you possibly as an enemy to what feminism, or our idea of what feminism is. There you go. Remember, when you feminists are attacking men or you are criticizing men, remember, men are a woman's son, father, friend, or brother. And some women, men are your husband or your significant other. And this is a concept we have now that a lot of guys are just sleeping around just for fun, etc. and so forth, or men are not always, the best of relationships. I know plenty of women who have great husbands and they love those husbands. He loves them. They are respective of him. I've met one woman who, her husband, he did work around the house, and she said to me, I've got a great husband and I'm a lucky woman. When you attack men, you are literally triggering that thing inside the woman that says, my husband. And the woman who said, I'm a lucky woman, was a white woman with a white husband. Which means you could have easily triggered that thing in her that protects her husband at all costs. We women are protectors, as well as we are the protected. This is just life at its very simplest. That's why when women did not have equal rights, it was a crime against humanity, because we women, you are telling men that their daughters, their wives, or their mothers, or cousins or aunts do not have equal rights to them. You are not letting that man protect the women in his life and put them on the same level as him. Well, same goes here with feminism. If you in any way, shape, or form are saying men are not welcome in any way, even if you say I do not hate that person, if you say men are not welcome in any way, you are a crime against equality and against feminism itself. Because feminism itself is still a part of that, is saying that men, my father, my son, my brother, or my significant other, my uncle, whatever, who is special to me, is not on the level with me. Is that clear at all? Does that make any sense to anybody here? Does that make any sense? I wonder if it does. I don't know if it does, but I hope it made some sense to you. Just people, when you feminists are coming online or coming anywhere, you have to remember looking at relationships and looking at what men mean to women and women mean to men. So you think that women are naturally going to side with you, and that's my last point. We women have this idea now, this false idea about sisterhood, where if you are a woman, naturally you're going to side with other women. No. No, no, no. That's not how we are. We women are not like that at all. If we think you as a woman are wrong, we are going to call you out on it, and we are not betraying the sisterhood at all, in no way, shape, and or form. And not just that, but we even realize with the way you are presenting yourself, you're actually anti-feminist. Because here you are telling me that you are representing me as a woman. First of all, I never asked for representation, but if you're going to represent me as a woman and be a strong, role model, fine, awesome, but you can't, if your idea of representing me, you can't exclude other people in the name of representing me and then be mad at me for disagreeing with you, because you're showing how you're not really feminist. You're only for your cause and not for the cause of women. Because if you were for the cause of women, if you really were, you'd understand that the right of every woman is to disagree. The right to disagree with men and also other women. You're not here to represent me as a woman. You only represent me if I totally agree with you. And once I do not agree with you, I become an abortion to you. I become an abomination. I become an embarrassment to the feminist cause. Who are you representing then? Sorry if I was not clear with that, but I hope I was. But mind you, this is not a reflection on Captain Marvel, the movie itself, which I admit I have not seen, not for lack of wanting to. Brie, me not seeing Captain Marvel has nothing to do with you. It just simply is, I'm at a time in my life right now where I'm trying to save money, and going to the movie theater is just not the best place for me right now. I'm saving money for so many things. I want to go and travel abroad, so I go on a hiatus of not going to the movie theater just so I can go traveling, over in other countries, because you only live life once. So I'm just penny pinching. That's all it is. But you better believe, if I had all the money in the world, I'd be at the movie, seeing Captain Marvel, and judging it for myself. As every woman, or man should try to do, is judge things for themselves. That being said, if you do not see Captain Marvel, I totally get why. If you see it, I totally get why. None of you are bad. If you see Captain Marvel, you liked it, you're awesome. If you did not see Captain Marvel, you're awesome. If you saw it and you did not like Captain Marvel, you're awesome. Guys, this is not me being wishy-washy and not choosing sides. This is me being coldly objective. All of you are right. You like the movie, you're great. You hate the movie, you're great. You never saw it, like me, you're great. We're all great. That's the way cookie crumbles. Thank you guys so much for watching. You were awesome. And again, those of you who usually watch my videos for Doctor Who videos and sci-fi stuff, I'll get back to that tomorrow. I just felt like telling this story today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I mean, you guys were awesome. If you watched my unpopular channel, you are totally awesome. But I am here. I have always been here. Well, not always, but mostly. Bye, guys. Thank you just for stopping by. Peace out.